Hello and welcome to this afternoon rum taste challenge. I was gonna hope to start about an hour, over an hour earlier than this, but I didn't get to it. Couldn't make it. Had to do some other things, or wanted to do some other things. But anyway, I got them done. Now I have time. Pollen getting on my face. It's crazy now with all the pollen. Okay, so we have Appleton Estate. Okay. Signature Blend. This is the original Appleton Estate. The company has records going back to 1749. Like they say on their website, they think they're older, but well, they know they're older. They have documents only going back to substantiate back to 1749. 49, all right, but that's old anyway. It's over 270 years old, so not a problem. Not a problem. More pollen. Okay. Aristocrat Gold rum product of the West Indies. What island? I don't know. Bottled by Groscuth Distillers Company, Bardstown, Kentucky. Groscuth, husband and wife team, started a distilling company in 1933. Can't remember their first names, but Mr. and Mrs. Groscuth adopted or raised a bunch of foster children, a number of foster children. They had no children of their own, and they donated a lot of money to the University of Louisville. I think back then it was called Louisville College. Then it was like Louisville City College. For a long time, it was owned by the city of Louisville. Then it became a state university, Louisville University. University of Louisville, sorry. So that's shipped over here and bottled. There's no age statement on either one of these, but the website for Appleton Estate says that it's about 4 years old. The average age of the 15 rums blended together is 4 years, so it's a blended rum. Use 15 different rums and filtered through different charcoal types of wood charcoal. All right. Craig, good afternoon. Craig Swenson said, I sipped a few ounces of Canadian Limited on ice earlier, and I enjoyed it. Okay, see? Now, I don't know if you drank Canadian Limited before you started watching this channel. Maybe you did, but maybe the channel encouraged people to give it a shot. It is one of the top 20 best-selling Canadian whiskeys in America. Saw some of it yesterday at Albertsons. Canadian Limited. It's cheaper at Walmart, though. Blue Ribbon says, Happy Sunday. Have you been to church? Yes, I went to Mass at 7:30. I said this morning is the third Sunday of Lent, but I got confused. This is the second Sunday of Lent, but I went to 7:30 Mass. It was good. And then some Palestinian Catholics were talking. They come once a year and they sell hand-carved olive wood items, religious items, to raise money for their Melkite Catholic Church. We're a Roman Catholic. They're Melkite Catholics, a different rite, Eastern Rite. They are very old Catholic Church in the East, Eastern Catholic. But this man George was showing, and then he gave a Holy Family hand-carved, I guess you call that a plaque or whatever, to the priest, and he was very happy. All right, so then I came back, and then I went walking, and then I did the Stout Sunday with John and Neely, and like the worst score we had was in the 90s, all right? So we had all winners. All the stouts were winners, which is very nice. So it was a winning Stout Sunday. Sometimes they don't work out. You get some duds, but not this Sunday. No, I didn't. You inspired me to try it, says Craig. Oh, good. Hey. It's an achievement, I guess. Now, is this going to be a challenge? Well, it's called a taste challenge. It is technically, but it won't really be a taste challenge because it's never a taste challenge with Appleton Estate because the thing is unique. It doesn't taste like anything else. Once you remember roasted marshmallows, you got it. As soon as I twisted a cap, I could smell that. Yeah, I mean, well, that's a strong molasses smell, but it smell like molasses cookies. The truth will set you free, and that is the truth. Okay. Now, Grosscut has this two-headed bird. It's like an eagle with two heads, and it's got some flowery thing at the top, some medals that it never won. I don't know. It looks okay. I like these quaint labels like Aristocrat, drunk by no aristocrats. Clubhouse gin, Clubhouse rum, drunk by no one in a clubhouse anywhere in America. But you get these inexpensive brands and they always want to use these names that never really apply. But I guess it sounds better than calling it, you know, like cut rate. I mean, it wouldn't be as attractive if it was on the shelf called cut rate rum. Some of those beer brands really will look cheap, you know, like they don't even try. Sometimes they'll feed into it like street legal, 40 street legal malt liquor, which I bought in the north suburbs of Philadelphia. Trevose, Pennsylvania, to be exact, on US Highway 1. Oh, that thing, it looked like muddy water. And I wish I would have brought, I didn't have a video review channel then in 2010 when I bought it. It might have been 09, but I went back twice or something. But 2010, and I didn't have the channel. I just might have done a written review. That stuff made your bones hurt, like it made your bones hurt in your body, in my arms. I was like, something's wrong with this stuff. It's terrible. You can take a Brita water pitcher, take cheap vodka, put it through the Brita water filter 10 times, and it will taste delicious, says Thomas Siltz. Wow. See, you can learn something watching this channel from the viewers more than the host. Very deep amber. It's probably got caramel color, but I don't know. It's aged about 4 years or longer, an average of 4. So it could be young. Some are younger than 4. Some are old, way older than 4. Now this one here is just very faint gold, like New Orleans Saints helmet gold. You ever notice the New Orleans Saints got a real faint, light shade of gold? I think they call it old gold. But to me, they changed the shade or something over the last 25 years. I think it's a lighter shade. It used to be a darker gold, but I don't know that. It just seems like it. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is definitely lighter. This may not be colored. Look how light it is. It may have gotten that from just being in an old barrel and from the nature of the rum. But I know when rum's being distilled, it comes out clear. You can see it dripping. It's clear, just like cognac. If you ever look at like the Martell, look at the Martell website. They have some videos, and they show the Martell dripping. It's clear. Good afternoon, Mr. Terrio says, Drunken One. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for watching. The more times you filter the liquor, the more water it'll taste like. That makes sense, I guess. I don't know much about the science of liquor. I'll tell you the truth. I know more about drinking it than constructing it. Not that I'm opposed to that. They got people come on my channel sometimes and they talk complicated about brewing, like home brewing. And I'm listening to them and I don't know what they're talking about, really. But I'll say, oh, okay. And I might ask some questions, but I just don't know much about it. Now, I could learn if I had an interest to do home brewing or home distilling, which apparently is illegal. But, I mean, they got people that do it. The government can't watch everything. They'd like to. Should it be illegal? No, it should not be. Would I support deregulation and legalization of home distilling? Yes, I would. Of course, you know me. My political ideology favors deregulation, not regulation. Okay. Anyway, we were talking about that this morning on Stout Sunday, how people got different ideas about things. Some of us in the Stout Sunday group have pretty different ideas about politics, but we get along because we're not obsessed by that. That wasn't our contact point. We didn't start hanging out because we agreed on politics. We started hanging out because we agreed on beer, wine, and liquor in a general sense, mainly beer. And our agreement was that we liked it. But some people are different. Like they might be gung-ho and yippee-yi-yay and yippee-ki-yay guys. Let's all hang out and be buddies. And then they find out you don't agree with them on politics. Oh, well, I don't like you. I'm not hanging out with you. It's like, well, you didn't even know me before that. I don't know. It's strange. We don't think along those lines with our group because it doesn't matter. It's not important. I'm no liquor scientist either. Ron says blue ribbons. And then Tyler Mansell says thumbs up. Inman. Ron, I saw yesterday Guinness Foreign Extra Stout in a 4-pack. The last time I bought it a few years ago was in a 6-pack. Do you know why it was downsized? I did not notice the price. I don't know why it was downsized. I don't remember ever seeing it in a 6-pack. Honestly, I don't remember that. Doesn't mean anything. I've always recalled, I recall it always being in a 4-pack. And around here, be about $9.95 for a 4-pack. But it's not sold in my parish. I can't even get Guinness Foreign Extra Stout in this parish. And to tell you the truth, I could barely get it in New Orleans. Maybe there's 3 places that sell it. If they have 3 places, I'll be shocked. It's just not popular. It's sad because everybody's chasing after the newest Fruity Pebbles marshmallow craft beer. So why would you want to drink some old 200-year-old stout brand? You know, it's so old fashioned. I mean, yeah, it's 100 out of 100, basically. It's almost a nearly perfect item. But it doesn't taste like fruit juice, you know, or cake batter or Lucky Charms. And if you drink it, you're not cool. So, okay. Deregulate everything. That's my kind of person, my kind of philosophy, right? I've only seen the Foreign Extra in the mixed 12-pack. I've never seen it in that. Okay, let's start tasting. I can't look because I'll know as soon as I look because of the color. But I know on the aroma I'm gonna get it. So, all right, that's Aristocrat. Why am I saying that? Well, it just has a alcoholic beverage smell, right? Like a distilled beverage, whether it's whiskey, rum, vodka, brandy. It just has that generalized smell. A little sweet, a little wood barrel, and very light molasses. Okay. Is it a bad aroma? No. Is it a standard, generalized, generic aroma? Yes. That's why I got the liter bottle for $6.99. Now, I did get the bottle of Appleton Estate Signature Blend for $9.99, which is $10 cheaper than the normal price. And I was at Albertsons yesterday, $19.99. That was in Baton Rouge. College Drive, right off Interstate 10, right south of Interstate 10. Walmart, same price, $19.99. Might be $19.96. Might be 3 cents cheaper at Walmart. But I got it for $9.99. Why did Matherns have it for $9.99? I couldn't tell you. I didn't ask. I just bought it. But the normal price be $19.99. So we're going to go by the normal price. $19.99 versus $4 and something. If I converted that to $7.50, I mean, crazy price. You could tell that's Appleton Estate. Smells like the roasted marshmallows. No use closing my eyes anymore now. Don't need tags because you're never going to confuse that dark with that light gold. $6.99 divided by 1,000 times 750. $5. Okay, $5.24. Well, that's about as cheap as you're going to ever find rum, $5.24. And that's about what it smells like, a $5. It smells very cheap. It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell like much. Let's go with the taste for what that's worth, and it isn't worth much. Now, what's the last one I got to do? Ron Pontalba. Oh, no, what am I saying? I got to do Skull. Skull, which I also got a liter of that for $6.99. Then the Ron Pontalba, and I got that liter for $6.99. See a pattern? This tastes good, though. I mean, it's very woody. You get wood, very light molasses. The sweetness level is low. Not a lot of sweetness. It's not going to be drunk like this anyway. Drink like this. Drunk would be past participle. That's just... All right, so it's not going to be consumed this way. Although it isn't not bad like this. People are not buying Aristocrat and drinking it neat in a snifter glass. Sorry, they're not. You know what they're doing. They're buying it and they're mixing it with Pepsi Cola and putting it in a sippy cup, and they're riding around in it, sipping on it. They might be riding around the neighborhood in a golf cart, sipping on it, right? That's what people do with it. Sorry, that's what they do with it. Are they asking for a lot from it? No. Are they getting a lot from it? No. Are they getting an adequate utilization from it? Of course, that's why it sells. And, you know, it's not a big seller, but people buy it. All right. But then they pay a lot more for Captain Morgan or what's that other one? Bacardi, which has a lot more flavor. And they're still mixing it with Pepsi Cola and putting it in a sippy cup and driving around in a golf cart, driving around on a golf cart in the neighborhood. So if you're going to subdue all the flavor in Pepsi Cola, why would you pay more for it? It doesn't make sense. You just didn't get the cheapest one. Can you imagine somebody buying this and mixing? Well, that's what they recommend on their website. Appleton Estate says this is for mixed drinks, not sipping. And think about how wonderful it is just sipping on it. You say, well, if that's their base model, right? And you can sip on it, and it has that many wonderful flavors, the roasted marshmallow and all this, the exotic wood. What would the 12-year age taste like? You know, it would be awesome. That's what it would taste like, awesomeness. Better, because you're going to pay. I'm going to read the comments. Let's look at their rums real fast. The Signature Blend, I'm nearly done with it. I got 2 more gold rums to do. Then I'm going to do cognac. If anybody wants me to, I'll show them cognac that I have coming up. There's the Estate Reserve Blend. The 3rd tier is the 12-year-old blend. The 4th tier is the 21-year-old blend with a cork cap. The 5th tier is the 50-year-old rum, the world's oldest barrel-aged rum. Now, I hope you don't think that's going to be $19.99. It's a 50-year, 1962 to 2012, the 50th anniversary of Jamaica's independence. Because Jamaica was a British colony, and then in 1962 it became a Commonwealth realm, self-governing kingdom. So you might be paying $200 for that one, but it's probably worth it. It's age 50 years. You pay if you want to play. Okay. Do you prefer rum over brandy, says Blue Ribbons? I don't know. I like them both, I guess. I can't say I have a favorite. I can't decide. Cheers to Ron and Sparky. Spaceship Map. There is a political debate, Wildcard Wednesday edition, beer topic stream coming up. Laughing out loud. Democrats bring lagers and Republicans bring ales. All welcome to join. That would be funny, huh? That would be a good idea. Now I'm a Democrat, but would it depend on what kind of Democrat? Because I'm like a Grover Cleveland, Thomas Jefferson, James Tyler type Democrat. So would I bring like an Imperial Stout, and then the Bernie Sanders Democrat would bring like a red ale or something? Okay, you may want to buy cachaça from Brazil, distilled direct from sugar cane juice. I would like to try that. Voltron says, wait a minute, are you doing streaming in the afternoon, you vampire? Yeah. Right. Sugar cane, not molasses. I mean, cane sugar. Well, that'd be interesting. Okay. Enough jibber jabber. Get down to the decision, golly. Okay. Hey, Chubba, make that voice you make. Do that voice you make. I'm a big old devil. I'm coming to get you. All right. Almost I cannot describe this. When I did the initial video, you saw maybe I couldn't really describe it. I was saying, I don't know what to say about it except it tastes great. It's like, go buy it and then drink it. I'm just telling you, I think you'll love it. It's very roasted, like roasted sugar. I guess caramel, but it's better than that. It's like a crystallized dark roast sugar marshmallow roasted over a fire thing. What kind of fire? I don't know. This over here, y'all, I can't play around. I got 3 more beers to tackle today. Where do I go? Who do I turn to? All right. I guess that tastes like nice alcohol eggs. It's woody. That's the main feature there. It's just like wood, no char so much. There's some char, but not too much char. Just like wood and that light rum taste. It's fine on its own. It's fine. It's well worth the $6.99 a liter, and in fact, it would be worth more than that. If you paid more than that, it'd be fine. It'd be a good deal. But I got an awesome deal because I live in the greatest state in the country. I'm not bragging on that. That's just a fact. But no big deal. No big deal. I've been to 48 states. They were all nice. But sometimes the price for the liquor was not nice. And for the toll bridges was not nice. But the estate is the winner. The Appleton Estate Signature Blend is the clear winner. I don't care. It costs way more, but it's way better. So no knock against Aristocrat, but it's cheap and it tastes like it, I guess. But it's way better than the cheap American blended whiskeys, though. Those things can be really difficult to tolerate. You know what I mean? Like something about the whiskey, like maybe it's so thin-bodied or something. If you drink cheap blended American whiskey, oh man, it can't mask, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't mask badness so well. But the rums seem to kind of like, they do okay, except for the Ron Rio. Except for that nightmarish thing, they do much better. So what about cheap brandy? Well, maybe cheap brandy doesn't work so well because I've had the D.W. Anders. I saw some of that yesterday for $7.99, but that's only a $7.50. I've had the Hartley VSOP. Well, that's actually better than the old Hartley that I used to get. But you gotta grit your teeth a little bit on them. on those. You know, it's just too weird. But something about the rum seems like it holds together better if it's cheap. Vodka too now. I give vodka due. It's due. I'm not a vodka person. I've done vodka reviews. Not a vodka person. If I never drank another vodka, I wouldn't care. Wouldn't miss it. I know people that are dedicated to it. Some of them too dedicated. But I've had Taka 100 proof, the red label. I had Crown Rust vodka, Katz and Bestoff vodka. I know there was some others. I can't remember, but they were all fine. To me, they tasted fine. I didn't see what was wrong with them, even though they're very cheap. But they seem fine to me. The gin, yeah, same thing. Like Crystal Palace gin, you can kind of taste a little meanness to it. Gets a little like teeth chattering, but really overall, it's not too bad. It would be way more pleasant than those cheap whiskeys. So Crystal Palace gin, I see that everywhere around here. That kind of does all right. I know there's a red label Crystal Palace vodka. Haven't had it. I know many viewers probably have. But that does fine. The Taka gin is actually way better than it should be for the price point. Taka gin, you can get a bottle for $8.99, maybe a liter bottle if you go to certain stores. And it performs way above its price point. And you can read a lot of reviews online about that. So if you ever want to get a really inexpensive gin that does way better than it should, get Taka. Oh, yeah, that's a killer when you consider the price. Clubhouse gin tastes strange, like they had added. It tastes like they had added Sprite to it, like it tasted like lemon lime, a little bit. It's like what? But it didn't taste bad at all, and it's very cheap. So Clubhouse gin, it wins. It wins. I'm trying to think of the other cheap ones. Well, of course, Seagram's, but that's not really cheap. That's just a premium brand, and that's like their tagline should be "It works every time." You know what I mean? It's like it's super reliable. It's like the most common gin. It's a winner. You know, it's no off flavors with it. But you can get some very inexpensive gins, and they'll be fine. People say that's bathtub gin. Well, it's not made in a bathtub. They're made in a factory, in a distillery. But you know what? I don't care because I don't mess with gin. I'm just saying they don't present the ugliness that some of the cheap American blended whiskeys will present. Those can be hard to take. From my experience. And you get some cheap beers, oh man, those can just be a nasty. Oh, they just can't. Oh, sugar makes garbage taste better. Look at fast food. See, that's probably the theory's probably working, I suppose. Cheers, Ron. Dr. Frosty Bruce says. Okay, now I'm going off the air, but here's a question. Do you want to see what's coming up? I'll give y'all a minute. If not, I'm out. I can show you what's coming. If not, you know, you might say I got stuff to do. So hey, Seshta Vivarium says you must have a strong belly, Ron. I probably do. Hope I do. Seems like I do. I used to have a very weak stomach until I turned 19 years old. Could have been some developmental problem or something. I don't know. I used to get sick easy, but then all of a sudden, never did. Really. I said yes. Let's see. Okay. Love that aroma. Sorry, I couldn't. Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't remember where I put the stuff. Show us the coming attractions. Thank you. I'm sorry for the delay. International Playboy. International Playboy says, what's coming up? We want to know. Well, I'll show you. Brandy. People ask me about brandy. And I should have bought 2 bottles. It was stupidity, but I didn't. This is only 200 milliliters. I could have gotten 400 milliliters. It was $5.99. Way lower than it should be. Martel, Fondy, and however you say it in French. Okay, but anyway, found it. 1715. Blue Swift, Cognac VSOP finished in bourbon casks. OV Divin. Eau de Vie Divin. Martel Blue Swift. This was introduced in 2017. It's a cognac brandy, cognac from France, and it's aged in bourbon barrels. This is no plastic bottle. This is a glass bottle. And it's got a blue swift. That's the Martel house logo, the swift, a bird. He's a bird dog. No, it's a blue swift. So I'm excited to try cognac brandy aged in bourbon barrels. Now, I know you're going to say, that's all gimmicks. They ran out of ideas. I think you're right. But that's really not my problem. What I meant was you were talking about bad rum. So I figure if you have garbage liquor, make it sweet and people will like it. Right, I understood. Because people tend to like sweet stuff. International Playboy says, damn, you're getting fancy. Well, I just found it on sale at Savannah Discount, so what the heck? They had this for $6.99 at Savannah Discount. It's called Distillers Select Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. 90.4 proof. It's Woodford Reserve Rye Whiskey. You know, these rye whiskeys always have that green, you know, that green motif. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a coolio. That's going to be coolio. Woo-ha, I got you all in check. Actually, that bottle looks kind of good. Costco has an XO. I was at Trader Joe's. They got all kind of Kentucky brand bourbon. They got brandy. They've got Trader Joe's single malt scotch, blended scotch, rum this, rum that, but I haven't tried them. Will I ever? I don't know. Here's Albertson's Silver Rum. Oh, a traditional quality since 1939. That means the grocery store chain was founded in 1939. Albertson's Silver Rum. Yeah, you ever notice most white rums, silver rums be blue with silver? You ever notice they have that kind of like color scheme, blue and silver? I don't know why. Most light beers are blue and silver in their labeling. Miller High Life Light, blue and silver. Miller Light, blue and silver. Budweiser, blue and silver. Heavy Metal, the black and the silver. But that's really not related. All right, anyway, so this half-size bottle was $2.99. $2.99? Yeah. 375 milliliters at Albertsons. I should have bought 2, right? That would have been $5.98 for a bottle, but I didn't because I said, what if it's bad? All of a sudden, I might have to make that extra trip to the liquor store. Go on down to the liquor store. All right. Because your heater's broke. Well, it's getting warm now. So, all right. Anyway, there's a wood barrel, a rum barrel, and 2 stars for some reason. Where does this come from? The United States Virgin Islands. So it gives you where it comes from. The Virgin Islands. How you love that? Oh, I don't think they make this anymore. I just think Albertsons has thousands of bottles left over. They replaced this with the King's Square. You go to Albertsons, they got a store brand, but I think they sell it at other stores, but it's called King Square. It's in a beautiful plastic bottle. It's $5.99 for a bottle. That's the regular size bottle. It's like, if you get the huge bottle, it's like $12.99. But I was looking at the date code on this thing, and I think it says, it's somewhere on here. Yeah, here it is on the back. K12 016 1339. I think that means Kentucky, probably Louisville, Kentucky. I was right. County Line Distillers. Sounds right. County Line Distillers, Louisville, Kentucky. And it says 12 K12. I think that means Kentucky 2012. 016, the 16th day. So I think that means January 16th, 2012 at 1:39 in the afternoon, 1:39 p.m. Standard Time, Eastern Time. I really believe that. So, I mean, they could literally have thousands of these bottles left. And so, okay, they're not making it anymore. They ain't throwing the bottles away. So they got just a whole glass shelf full of this. And then the gin, the rum and the gin, the rum and the gin. I was like, what? Albertsons. But then when that supply is gone, then you won't see it anymore. You'll see King Square. And whatever the gin is, got some name, some made up name. I would never have guessed Albertsons has a booze brand. It says International Playboy. They sure do. They have quite a few. D.W. Anders Rum, King Square, D.W. Anders Brandy, excuse me, King Square Rum. The blended whiskey is called 75 South, and they have a new label on that one. That's a sharp new label, by the way. It looks really nice. They did a great job with 75 South. Great job. They have the bourbon is called Samuel something. I can't remember the name. I could buy a bottle. I know it's just like Ancient Age, but it's like Samuel something. Like Samuel Tibbs or something. I can't remember. That's their bourbon. Then the Irish whiskey is called Drumcastle. Drumcastle, great Irish whiskey, by the way. Best store brand they've got, Drumcastle. Everybody I let try loved it. Absolutely loved it, Drumcastle. Their Scotch is called Piper Dean. Piper Dean. It's not too good. It isn't bad. It's just not too good. And their tequila, I don't know what it's called, some name. I don't know. I didn't look at that. Is overproof rum any good? Never had it like the Bacardi 151. I don't know. I saw that at Albertsons yesterday. They had Goslings, red black seal Goslings from Hamilton, you know, from the British, what's that territory called? British colony of Bermuda. Their oldest, I think it's like their oldest colony, besides the ones by France. But Gosling 151, I'd be scared to try it, you know. I guess selling food wasn't good enough. Hey, may as well sell whatever you can get away with. In Louisiana, you can sell, grocery stores can sell liquor. When Dixie got there, all their brands, When Dixie, but they just call WD, When Dixie. They got blended Scotch, Canadian whiskey, and so on. Oh yeah, I saw the Albertsons blended Canadian whiskey yesterday. The black label is called Canadian Crest. Canadian Crest. There it was, $5.99. $5.99. Canadian Crest, hadn't changed the label. I said, look at Canadian Crest. I said to myself, look at Canadian Crest up on the shelf. Not even at the bottom. Wasn't even on the bottom shelf. It was like up there, like the 5th shelf. I said, look at them being all fancy next to the Crown Royal, which there's no hope for that. All right, enough of that. It's over. On to the beer. And remember, and don't forget, when they came out with License to Ill in 1986, they wanted to call it, but the record company said no, but they wanted to call it Don't Be a